What's going on, y'all? It's Will. I just wanted to go over the types of targets that I use when I go to the range, and just show you a few ways that you can save a couple dollars, especially if you're someone that shoots a lot or goes to the range quite often, or some things you can use with your clients if you're an instructor as well. So typically when you go to the range, there's these big silhouette targets that look like the outline of a person, and in my opinion, that's just a waste of paper. It costs way more than it needs to. So I'll bring my own. I rarely buy any targets from the range unless for some reason I just forgot to load up my range bag with my targets. So one of the ones that I use the most, especially with clients, is just a basic to circle on a piece of paper. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, standard size sheet of paper, and it has an 8-inch circle in it. Now this one is from T-Rex Arms, but you actually can just make this on Microsoft Word if you wanted to, and then just print them out or print one and photocopy, whatever you want to do. But this is really all you need, even for shooters who have never shot before, brand new. I can take them to the range, set them up at 5 to 7 yards, and they'll have no issue putting rounds in an 8-inch circle. If you want to do that faster, you can, or move it farther back, or put multiples, you can. Of course, if you make your own, you can make the circle the size that you want, multiple circles on the paper, number them so you have to shoot them in a certain order, have your training partner call out a certain number, and you engage that number with a specific set of rounds. It's really limited by your imagination. But these are a lot cheaper than whatever they're going to sell you at the range. You remember, targets are disposable, so after you shoot it, you're just going to throw the shit away anyway, right? There's no need to spend a lot of money on targets. This is one of my favorite drills for height over bore when you're using a rifle. I got this from Guerrilla Approach, so I just downloaded it off their website. So this one, the squares get 1 round and the rectangles, which are larger, get 2 rounds. So what you're working on here is you're working on your height over bore. So where's your point of aim versus your point of impact, especially if you're shooting at a distance that's inside of your zero distance. So typically what will happen is if your rifle is zeroed at 50, 36, 100, whatever it is, anything inside that distance, your impact is going to be lower than your point of aim. So this teaches you at specific distances, all right, at 15 yards or at about 12 yards, at 20, where are my hits going to be, or where do I need to hold if I want to place a really accurate shot. So this is a really good drill. My only issue with it is my eyes. So once I get past 10, it's not that I can't make the shots, but sometimes the smaller squares, I can't tell where the divide is. So I have a shot that'll be on the line somewhere. So that's my issue there. It's just I'm limited by I don't have great eyesight. But this is a really good drill. You can time it so you can see how fast you can clean it at a particular distance. And once you can do that, move it out or see if you can beat that time. But this is one of my favorite ones for the carbine. You have basic stuff like this, which are targets that are specifically made to be shot. They're just stickers. What I'll do is I'll get, if I want to use something like this, I don't do a lot of bullseye accuracy, but if I'm doing something like zeroing a gun, I have these. They're just shipping labels. I got them off Amazon. You can get a shit ton for cheap. And these are just 1.5-inch circles. They come in all different types of colors, so whatever color you want. But just an 1.5 inch circle. So if you want to work on some accuracy work, you can put that on your target. These are incredibly cheap. Just stick them directly on your cardboard backer or on a sheet of paper. I use these as well. I forget the dimensions on these. I think these are 4 inches by 6. I think they're 4 by 6. And again, these are just shipping labels. Come in a bunch of different colors. You just peel them off, stick them on a piece of paper, and you're good to go. So there's really no need to spend a lot of money on something that you're going to throw away and just literally shoot holes in. So usually I'll use the circle target. I'll use the shipping labels pretty often because this really is a good size for like the kind of your vital area for a person, or if you want to put some quote unquote combat effective hits and kind of limit your aiming point, you can use something like this. It's really good. Competition wise, if I'm doing some competition work, what I'll do is, I don't know if you're familiar, but the A zone, which is the area in the centermost part of the target for USPSA or IPSC, in a standard size target is 11 by roughly 6 inches, like 5.9 or something like that. So what I'll do, I have some paper that I made on Word, and I basically took a sheet of paper. It's already 11 inches tall. It's 8.5 inches wide. So what I did is I have a vertical line running down the edge of both sides that limits the inside to about 6 inches. So anything inside or on those lines, I know that have been an alpha. And then, you know, I can obviously mark them with pens and shoot the drill again. If it gets shot up too much, I can just throw it away. And that way I don't have to lug around those big cardboard targets that look like this, but they're much bigger. This is a half scale one, so this one's scaled down. So your A zone is what I was speaking about. Is this center part here, and this would normally be roughly 6 inches wide, and I have it turned sideways so you can see, and 11 inches tall. But on this one, it's literally half those dimensions. So if you shoot this target at 7 yards, then that would be the equivalent of shooting a regular size at 15.
Class fucker.
So it's another way that you can create some difficulty in your shots by using something like this. But I'm not talking about traditional targets. I just wanted to show you that. So we went over those. Another thing that you can use, Post-it notes. Cheap to get, come in all kind of colors. Really efficient. You just stick them on your backer or whatever you're using. And these are 3x3, but of course, you know, they come in various sizes. So there's really no limit to what you can do with something like that. So those are the basic ones that I use. I'm going to draw the camera back and then show you some other options that I use from time to time as well. And then something that I just bought that I've never tried, but it's more of a defensive thing. So I'll be right back with you. All right, so really you could just take a regular sheet of paper and then paste that up and then shoot away, especially if you're shooting at speed and you're not doing bullseye shooting, you're doing anything kind of practical shooting. As you can see, this would cover up most of your vital areas if you were using it in the self-defense context. If you feel like this is too big for the distance you're shooting, move your target further out, or you can just take it and fold it in half. Another way you can make it harder, you could leave it the same size and just limit the amount of times you have to shoot the drill. The faster you have to shoot, the less likely it's going to be that you're going to have all your holes in one area. In a self-defense situation, you really don't want all your holes in one exact hole anyway, because you want each one of those rounds to create new damage, right? So another thing, just a plain sheet of paper, a receipt from something, anything you can hang up there that's paper. Most ranges will be allowed. Paper plates are also good. They come in various sizes, so you could use some to mimic headshots, others for just, again, that vital area, or anything you want to do with those. And then lastly, I bought these. It's a 3-pack of 3-dimensional targets, so they have some ability that where you can shoot them at an angle, whereas a piece of paper it's a little bit different. Also, they don't have targets on them, but you just aim where you would aim on a person. I guess you could hang a t-shirt off of this as well. I've been doing that with some of my other targets lately, just so I'm not aiming at a circle on there, because people don't have circles, right? So interested in these. These are paper, but they are 21.5 inches tall by 14 inches wide. So you can see kind of how much it covers up on me. Again, I'm not a huge guy. But these should be interesting. Now, this is something that would cost a little bit more. I don't remember what I paid for them on Amazon, but it wasn't crazy for 3, or I wouldn't have bought them. It might have been $9 or $10 or something like that. I don't know. But I just want to see what it's like, just to have something different to shoot. But this isn't really the topic of the video. But either way, if you have anything that you use when you go to the range to help you save money or make it easier to have a bunch of targets and shoot often, let me know what I missed and put it in the comments. All right, y'all be safe.
You know about, give me the 14, when it's 14, me kill 14, what you know about, AR-15, the class 16, make it not just start speed.